Okay, placing an object on a background in Cinema 4D. So let's just go new. All right, so this is how we do it, right? So we're in our scene, we create a camera. So we've got our camera here. We right click on the camera, we go to tracker tags, camera calibrator, right? Then we click on the word image and we click on the three dots to get the image. Now I'm gonna use this photo right here. Next thing we're gonna do is click on full image, all right? Then after that, we're gonna go to calibrate and we're gonna go to add grid. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna line this up with these areas on this brick. There's not a lot of vanishing points on this, so we're gonna have to make up a lot of stuff on our own, which isn't suggested, but you know, you can make it work if you have to. We have to make it work the best you can. So we put this here and this one. Okay. So although this kind of looks correct, yeah, I'm just gonna go with it, right? But like I said, it better, or photos with more vanishing points in it just work better, or just, you know, lines and more information to work with, even if we could see this a little better. Anyway, let's start the rest of the process. So we're gonna hold down Shift, click on one of these edges, hold down Shift, click on another one of the edges, and it turns green. Then we're gonna hold down Shift and click on the edge again, right? So we've got that done. Next thing we're gonna do is get inside of our camera. So make sure that this is white, and then we're gonna click on Create Background Object. Now that we've created our background object, everything's all good. Now let's right click, go to rigging tags and go to protection so we do not move our camera. Then we can click on the top dot of this rigging background tag so we don't see the background, and we can get out of our camera. Cool. So our camera's all set up, right? It's got our image in there. So now let's put something inside of here. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm gonna go to my folder. I'm gonna see if I have this car in here. Okay, I do have it. So I have this Lambo model in here, but for now, I'm just going to take the, I'm gonna make a grid. So I have a plane right here, middle mouse button click. Now this is the, what is this? This is the right view. So I just like to take it and put it right here because I know it's in front of the camera. And I'm in this view right here. I'll just take this, put it right in front of here. And on the top view, yeah, if you look at the top view, it's right in the center. So now let's go back into this view right here. Let's get inside of our camera and we see our plane. We can stretch out our plane if we need to. Let's just pull it like this, right? So we put our plane right here. If we turn on our photo, we can see where we're at. So let's try to get it so that the Lambo is right on top here. We can make our grid larger. I just want to do this to make sure I'm looking at the Lambo. Okay, that looks good to me. Now we have our geo right here, which comes in really small. So I'll press T to scale and just scale. Okay, cool. Middle mouse button click. Oh, remember we want it to be in front of our camera, sort of. So I put it right here. And also what I'll do is I'll delete this plane because we already have our other plane. So we just have the geo for our car. And I'll place the car on top of here. And I might even turn it. Yeah, let's just turn it, right? Cool. So we have this, we're inside of our camera. Let's just give it a quick render, see what it looks like. Okay, we see that. Now let's go to our plane. Let's give it a compositing background first. So I'll right click and I'll go to render tags compositing. And then I'm going to click on this right here, which means compositing background. And let's just see what it looks like. Not that much different, right? Now let's put a light in our scene. So let's get outside of our camera, turn off this so we don't see anything. Press S so we can zoom in. And now let's just get our light. So let's click on this and let's get a area light. All right. I'll press S to zoom in, or O. Oh. Sometimes when it doesn't work, I'll just click on this. I'll press S and then I'll click on this. Rotate it for a second, now it rotates around. So we want to make sure we're looking at this right. So let's place it like this. I think that looks good. Because we just wanted to see the shadows. So now let's get back in our camera and press play on the render, see what it looks like. Also, we need to switch it to physical. So let's click on this. Let's go to physical render. Let's go to effect, ambient occlusion, global illumination. Give it a render. So something's going on there. So we see shadows, but we still see the plane, right? So that means we need to actually click on this to enable that, and then control click, and let's drag this onto the plane. So the background shader is now on the plane. Press the play button. And there we go. Our object's on the ground. We can see the shadows. We need to see them more. Well, if you need to see them more, we can do this. But remember, we don't want anything to get overblown. As you can see, the shadows were here. So now let's make ourselves a fake Hdri. So let's control click, copy this right here. Double click on this, let's name it HDRI. I'm just gonna call it fake. Yeah, anyway, so we're gonna uncheck this, uncheck reflectance, so we just have luminance, and we can just go right here and go to bitmaps. It's basically adding in the same picture we had. Let's click on luminance, and now let's click on this right here, get ourselves a sky dome, and put the fake HDRI on the sky dome. Now let's give it a render and see what everything looks like. Shadow looks a little bit better. We can see the HDRI in the background, which we don't want. So, and also rotating this, if we were to select this and go to coordinates and let's say go to, I don't know, 50, this will give it a whole different type of look because of the shadow information. And you can see it rotated, right, from the last area because it's just rotating that. Anyway, let's go to, oh yeah, we're seeing this because we need to right click and go to render tags compositing. And then for this one, we'll click off of scene by camera. So now when we see it, we should just see the car on the photo. And then of course the car doesn't look right. So if we go into this car paint and let's say if we change it to purple, let's say go to reflectance and let's remove this, add, let's go to GGX. Let's make it a little bit more glossy like that. See what we're looking at. Okay, there we go. It's coming along. Okay. So we'll just get this light right here. And it's all about adjusting these lights and finding like the right balance. So if we go to the sky, let's actually click on the sky. What's going on? Where's my stuff? Oh no, I have to click on this and then go to luminance. That's what it is. And then I have to turn it down from there. So if this HDRI is too strong, I'd have to turn it down from that point. And then with these lights as well, if those lights are too strong, then I turn them down. It's all about just shading this and getting it to look right. Like that deep purple. And we could go back to reflectance and 6. See how just changing that colors a little bit, put that there. And then, we go in with the tires and do the same thing. Give those a shader. So if these are our tires right here, these would probably be a little darker. And we go to reflectance and try to get it a little bit more rubbery. Yeah. Yeah. And this is how you place your photo in the background. It'll be harder to get it here. I mean, you could do it. You might have to push it down a little bit. But then if you want the shadow from the curb, you'd have to build that out as well. And then you would have to build this out to mask the car if partially the car was like over here as well.